What is up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Locks presented by Scores and Odds. If you haven't checked it out already, just making bad life choices. Going over to scoresandodds.com. Get signed up where you got picks from me, Meansy, Dude Man Pa here. And you get access to this nice little prop shopping tool where you can see exactly what we have projected for each individual prop, plus where the best odds are at. And most importantly, you get access to Grant's Action Lounge. What is Grant's Action Lounge? Well, it's my Discord where I'm throwing in all my bets. Absolutely destroyed the world last night. Went 24-7, cleared about 6K, up 10K this month, up 15K last month, over a 10% ROI since the beginning of September after a rough, month or two because, I had to get married and this guy was there. How was my wedding? Dude Man Pa, at Dude Man Pa on Twitter.
Your wedding was
or
fun.
Ryan Reed, if you want to call him by his actual name. Uh-oh, did we lose you? You're freezing.
Amazing.
I'm freezing. Oh. Uh-oh.
Am I back?
I think you're back now. Go ahead and talk. Can you hear me?
Yeah, had lots of fun at your wedding. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
All right. So, did have lots of fun at your wedding. It was a great event. Nice shindig put on by you. Thanks for the invite. That was lots of fun. Once again, thanks for having me today. And let's get down to business. What are we betting on today?
Oh, I've got so many. So we're just going to get the football ones out of the way. I don't love either of them, but I have Rashad Bateman under 48.5 receiving yards, minus 110 over at FanDuel. Again, don't love the bet. He's actually hit this in 3 out of the 5 games he's played so far this season, but missed it in the last 2. It's a tough matchup going up against Tampa Bay. And I just think this number is a little bit too high, especially with him being banged up a little bit. And then Fournette under 4.5 receptions, minus 135 at points bet. Again, not in love with this bet, but he's been seeing a big reduction in target share over the last few weeks. It's gone down each of the last 3 weeks. We got White in there. It's potentially taking some stuff away. And Brady's just looked like hot garbage. So you have any problem with either of those bets?
No, I like it. And it lines up with my favorite bet for tonight, which is going to be under 46.
Yep, I think that's a good bet. I mean, also, there's going to be a lot of running. I know that Tampa Bay's defense has been great versus the run in the past historically, but it's been a bit worse. Their pass defense has been much better this year, and their run defense has been much worse. So I see the Ravens controlling time of possession, this being a slow-paced game and kind of being ugly. So I'm right there with you. But basketball, I have a boatload of bets. We'll start off with a few from, let's see, what's the first game on the slate? I guess OKC is, I think, the first game on the slate. I have Trey Mann over 2 rebounds or 2.5 rebounds. I got it at, what did I get it at? I got it at minus 151. So pretty heavy juice. I mean, honestly, this is just it's the numbers. It's already moved to 3.5. All right. So nope, don't go hit that. Apparently I hit it good. Wiggins over 5.5 rebounds. You can get it minus 130 over at FanDuel. Wiggins pretty decent on the board. He's hit this in 3 out of the 4 games this season, averaging 6.2. I know that minus 130 isn't great, but now it's moved to minus 146. So another bet that is probably not worth it anymore. Let's get to one that is worth it. Keegan Murray under 16.5 points. I also took Keegan Murray under 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. Both lines are pretty solid here. Murray, while he's been decent so far to start the season for Sacramento, he's been really efficient. Played 38 minutes in the last game. We currently have him projected for right at about this line for points, rebounds, and assists, but have the under as a decent bet for points at 15.21. What do you think about that?
I'm in on that. I actually made a note here and wrote that down while you were going through this. So I'm definitely going to tail that one.
Yeah, no, those ones I just hit. You can get minus 111 over at Caesars for the points, rebounds, assists. And minus 104 over at FanDuel for the points. Who's the best player in the NBA?
Desmond Bane.
Desmond Bane is correct, and it is Desmond Bane day again, sitting under 20. Great line. Going up against Sacramento here. We have him projected for 22.79. You can get it over at minus 105 over at MGM. They won't let me bet there, so I got minus 106 over at Superbook, minus 113 over at Caesars. Bane is has looked fantastic in the last game after starting off real rough shooting, but the volume has been great so far. Dylan Brooks coming in there. He's going to eat into his usage a little bit, but still, this line's too low. You got a problem with Bane, or do I have to punch you in the face?
Oh no, I bet this morning, and I have a note that it was 105 on MGM. If that's still out there, if anybody wants to grab
It's
it,
still out there, yeah. But MGM's been dead to me for a while.
I fully agree with the rough shooting. He was 27%, 18%, 36% field goal percentage in his first three, and then he came out with that 66. We don't expect the 66, but as long as he keeps it above 40 with the volume he's got, he should easily hit the 20 points.
Yep, hit 43% from 3-point last year and the year before, I believe, and 48%, I believe, overall, over 50% from 2-point land. So, yeah, it should continue. Can't get a bunch on this one, but Kevin Durant under 4.5 assists, plus 108 at Superbook. I think it's plus 110 over at MGM, if I remember correctly. Let's see, Durant, nice little prop shopping tool. Let's move to 5.5. So I would actually hit that at 5.5 too. Yeah. Or no, that's assists. That's a rebounds. This is assists. I'm like, I have the over on rebounds. I got confused. Yeah, you can get plus 105 over at MGM. I'd still hit it there.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah,
I'm on the Ben Simmons train still.
Yeah, talk to me about your Ben Simmons bet.
Every day, as long as it's going to be 20-1 or more than that, I'm just going to keep taking it. It's going to happen soon enough. Yes, he looks like poop. He's handsy. He's getting a lot of fouls, but he did finally stay on the court against Milwaukee. Today is one of those days where it's not going to be really expected, but you just got to ride the train sometimes. I'm telling you, as soon as it starts to happen, the number is going to go down and I'm not going to be able to bet it anymore. So, and I'm already committed. I'm already like 3 or 4 swings in. You just got to ride it till it comes back.
Yeah, I'm looking for the line where the best line is for a triple double there.
It was 19-1 this morning.
Yeah, you got a 21 this morning.
I built it. You go to FanDuel and you build an SGP and you throw in the points, assists, and rebounds instead of just plucking the triple double, and it actually boosts the odds a little bit. So I had 21.55 this morning on that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna, I feel like riding with you on this one, so I'm gonna go hit that right now. I'm trying to build that. Dinwiddie over 15.5 points. You can get minus 110 over at DK, and over 2.5 rebounds, minus 119 at Caesars. Didn't play a ton in the first 2 games, but had 38 minutes in the last game. So overall, I think this is a pretty solid spot here going up against the Nets. I like both overs. You with me?
I'm actually with you on that. I also have Dinwiddie for the points. I did not have him written down for the rebounds, but I agree he's got an uptick in minutes. He's gotten hooked on some of those shorter games when he had less minutes, so he actually had 15 points in those games. So as long as we get the extra 5 to 6 minutes, we should be okay.
What'd you get Simmons at?
21.55.
I got it for 22.21. Boom.
They're not believers.
Yeah, we got Austin, drunk Denver dude in chat. Something to look at with these teams playing 2x in a row as well. The team that loses the first game is roughly covering 65% of the time versus the second team. Clippers. All right, good to know.
Noted, Denver dude. Noted.
Yeah, as soon as I can't get enough money out on parlay or on props, I'll probably end up betting spreads a decent amount. But as of right now, I can get 10 to 20 G's out a day on props. So there's no point messing around with spreads too often. Kevin Durant over 5.5 rebounds. You get it minus 117 over at Caesars. Has been doing pretty well on the boards. I like that one. Luka over 8.5 rebounds, plus 100 Superbook. Dort over 14.5 points, minus 115 over at DK. A bet I really like. I took the under on Jimmy Butler, under 34.5 points, rebounds, assists, under 23.5 points. I like both those bets a lot.
This is the next. Sorry, this is the next overlapper.
Wait, you talk now. You're on a delay. Talk.
I said this was the next overlapping bet. I have the same thing for Jimmy Butler today. I do like all these unders.
Yeah, I mean he's only had more than 24 points once, and that's when they were kind of decimated by suspensions. Plus, it was just a close, high-paced game. He's been under 24.5 every single time outside of that. And I mean, second end of a back-to-back in a tough spot going up against Golden State. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a blowout here. I'm rolling with those unders. So happy to hear that you are with me. Same game. I like Draymond Green over 5.5 assists, minus 133. I think we currently have him projected for 6.4. So pretty solid line. You got any problem with that?
Absolutely not. Draymond looks like he's got a lot of fire right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, he punched Jordan Poole in the face. He's trying to get a contract. Yeah. Kyle Lowry over 3.5 rebounds, minus 131. I mean, this was just popping on offshore and popping slightly on our projections. I hit that. And Tyler Hero under 6.5 rebounds, minus 148 at FanDuel. I mean, his numbers kind of skewed from his 14 rebound game. I don't think that I don't think he's getting there. Even at minus 148, I like the under.
It's always a good time to hop on something after somebody has an explosion and shifts the number in the direction.
Yeah, no.
Or failure and brings a number down, either one.
Yeah, anytime someone goes off for a massive game outside of Desmond Bane, which just should happen all the time, it's always assume more regression towards the mean, and Hero number's too high. You got any other bets for us?
I do. I have at least one hockey bet here. We have David Pastrnak from Boston. He's going up against Detroit, who's bottom 5 against shots against per game. They're giving up like 33.6. Pasternak's prop is over 4.5. You can get it at minus 104 out there, maybe minus 108 in some places. I found it at Superbook this morning. That's tough for some people, but he's 6-1 on this prop in his last 7. He's pretty much leading all the shots on line 2, and he's on the PP1. So we're just going to keep riding that until he starts crashing. I have a couple of football ones. There's a Josh Jacobs TD out there right now for minus 110. That number should definitely have been much, much lower than that after we've had 6 TDs in the last 3 weeks, 441 yards and 69 attempts. That's too much. I'm definitely in on that. The next one that I have Bet365.
Oh yeah, no, they gave me the boot real quick.
Sniper. I don't even see it up there anymore. I did see it this morning. I like the Travis Etienne yards. Now that James Robinson's out of town, the man's averaging 6.1 yards per carry. I understand we're going up against the Denver defense, but if you go back through the game logs, when Denver faces any sort of decent running team, they are giving up 100 yards. They are giving up some average per carry. So no one seems to like this, but I'm going to take the over 69.5 at plus money right now. I got it at plus 104 on Caesars. I think he gets 12 to 15 carries, which should put us in the low to mid 70s at least, with the ceiling in the low mid 90s. Maybe it's 100.
I'm with that bet a lot. I mean, we saw what Robinson did when he was getting a decent workload. We've seen them in the past give their running backs massive workloads. ETNs look pretty darn solid. I know it is a tough matchup, but 69.5 is probably a bit too low of a number.
69.5. So when if you find a number like that, you always try and see if it's worth betting.
Yeah. Any other bets?
No, the last thing I have is I'm sitting on a 40-1 Phillies ticket, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but it'll be fun to watch the series.
I have a boatload of Phillies tickets at. Let's see. I got Phillies at 45-1, Phillies at 40-1, Phillies at 35-1. That's just over on FanDuel. I think I got them at 50-1 over an MGM in Wyoming with a $200 free bet. And I have them in a few other places. I don't know. Philly was one of my biggest positions besides the Mariners. Sad.
That was a good one.
Next year. But yeah, no, I got Philly at, I got about 15 grand if coming my way if Philly wins. Guys, if you're watching Thursday Night Football, come stop on by. We're doing Grind the Line tonight over on Scores and Odds. Just go to the YouTube. And Dude Man Pa right there. That sack of crap, Daniel Chevelson. We're just going to be betting. I mean, Dude Man Pa might be drinking. Daniel might be just being that sack of crap he is. I'll be wagering probably tens of thousands of dollars just live betting the game over and over.
I'm going to be tailing all those bets and making money.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be nice for you because I'll just be telling you like, all right, Barstool, hit it immediately. Yeah, it's gonna be a good
I'll
time.
have them
So
all
go,
open.
yeah, go check it out. Dude Man Pa, go follow him over on Twitter at Dude Man Pa. He likes to say Dude Man PA because he's from Pennsylvania, but Dude Man Pa just rolls off the tongue better. So go give him a follow. Just crushing it over on Scores and Odds. And that's it. We're out of here.